Hello and welcome to today's episode on part 3 of Understanding the Customer and Competition, Building Lasting Customer Relationships. My name is Rayan Zohur and the subject expert is Dr. Arshia Hussain, PhD in Human Resource Management and teaching in the Department of Commerce and Business Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Introduction. A company's primary task, according to Peter Drucker, is to create customers. This, however, is not an easy task. The customer today has a large variety of products, brands and suppliers to choose from at different price levels. It is essential for an organization to understand how the customers make their choices. The customer will generally choose what they think will give them the best value. Once they have made their choice, the difference between expected value and the value they receive will determine their satisfaction levels and their repurchase behavior. Customer value. Customers want to buy from an organization they think will give them the highest customer delivered value, which is the difference between total customer cost and total customer value. Total customer cost can be derived after adding monetary cost, time cost, energy cost and psychological cost for the customer. The total customer value can be assessed by adding the value of the product, the value of the services, value of the personnel and the value of the image. Let us take the example of a customer who wants to buy a laptop. He is looking at a laptop from Acer and a similar laptop from HP. The salesperson of both the brands describe the qualities and the offers of their product. The customer will evaluate the offers from both the companies in order to assess which brand delivers a greater value. The customer adds up all the values from the four sources, which are product, service, personnel and image. He will assess which brand is more reliable, durable and has better performance. He will also assess which brand has better accompanying services like delivery, after sales support and maintenance. He will look at which brand has personnel who are more knowledgeable and more responsive. Finally, he will look at which brand has a better reputation. Let us assume that the customer has decided that HP offers better customer value than Acer. This, however, does not mean that the customer will buy the HP laptop after making this assessment. The customer will examine the total customer value of purchasing the HP laptop. The total customer cost is more than just the price of the product. The time and effort spent on purchasing the product as well as the psychological costs are all a part of the total customer cost. The buyer will compare the total customer value with the total customer cost and ascertain the total delivered value that can be obtained from both the laptops. He will purchase the one that provides the highest delivered value. There are cases when a customer might not choose the brand with perceived highest delivered value. There could be several reasons for this. The most important aspect for the buyer could be the price at the point of time, or maybe he is expecting to buy a specific laptop in less than a year and is willing to make do with anything till then. The buyer could be in a long-term friendship with the Acer salesperson. Buyers often make choices that might be driven by reasons that are personal. However, the framework of customer delivered value is applicable in most situations and provides valuable insights. This framework suggests that marketers should assess the total delivered value associated with their own product and with other competing products in the market to understand how their product stacks up. If their assessment reveals that their competitors are providing greater delivered value, then they must take corrective action. A company can use this concept of decision making that the buyer goes through and design a strategy to succeed in selling their products. They can improve in two different ways. The first is by improving its total customer value, and the second is by reducing its total customer cost. A company could offer a product that is more expensive than all its competitors and yet have higher sales than most of them. To achieve this, a company must provide a product which is of higher quality and has better service. The company should also have a strong reputation, and that comes from giving their customers good quality products and superior service over a long period of time. A product sold by such a company is likely to give better value in the long run despite being more expensive. Customer satisfaction. Consumers establish expectation about the value of a product based on the marketing efforts of the company selling that product. They make their decisions to buy based on these expectations. Customer satisfaction with the product once it has been bought depends on its actual performance compared with the expectations the buyer had with it. A customer could experience different levels of satisfaction. Let us say a product's performance is not as good as the customer had expected. He is going to experience dissatisfaction with the product. If the performance is similar to what was expected, the customer is going to be satisfied. If the performance is beyond the expectation, the customer is going to be delighted or highly satisfied with his purchase. The expectations of a customer from a product are based on several factors, including the past experiences of buying products, the opinions of family and friends, and the information provided and promises made by the marketer and the competitor. The marketers must always be careful that they set the right expectations for their products. If the expectations are low, then they would definitely satisfy their customers, but they will not be able to attract enough buyers. On the other hand, if the expectations are high, they will attract more customers, but many customers are likely to be disappointed. This is not only going to have a negative impact on future sales, but is also going to harm the image and reputation of the company in the long run. Most successful companies today encourage their customers to raise their expectations and strive to fulfill these expectations. These companies operate on the concept of total customer satisfaction. They track the expectations of their customers, the performance of their company, and the satisfaction levels of their customers. Customers who are highly satisfied bring several benefits for the organization. They are not very price sensitive, they remain loyal to the product for a long time, and they say good things about the company and the product when they talk to their friends, family and colleagues, and when they interact with people in general at social gatherings. They provide word of mouth publicity, which is valuable. Companies that work on total customer satisfaction go an extra mile to deliver high customer satisfaction. However, they do not try to maximize customer satisfaction. It is easy for an organization to provide exceptionally high customer satisfaction by either lowering their prices or by improving the services to their customers. But by doing this, they reduce their profits. The objective of marketing is to create customer value and do it in a profitable manner. This is a delicate balance, and the company must constantly keep an eye on both customer satisfaction as well as profits. Customer satisfaction and customer loyalty. Customers who are satisfied are more likely to be loyal to the product and also to the company than customers who are not satisfied. This relationship is direct, however, it varies significantly from one industry to the other and changes based on the competitive situation of the market too. Let us look at the relationship between customer satisfaction and loyalty of the customers in 5 different industries: local telephone companies, airlines, hospitals, personal computers and laptops, automobiles. In all these industries, the loyalty of the customers increases with the increase in the level of their satisfaction. However, in industries that are highly competitive like automobiles and personal computers and laptops, there is very little difference between the loyalty of customers who are less satisfied and those who are merely satisfied. When we look at satisfied and completely satisfied customers, we see a huge difference between their loyalty to the brands they use. A very small decline in their level of satisfaction creates a very large decline in their brand loyalty. A study showed that in highly competitive industries, customers who were completely satisfied are roughly 42% more likely to be loyal to their brand than customers who were merely satisfied. In such industries, organizations must strive for very high customer satisfaction levels if they want to retain their customers over a long period. Customer delight creates an emotion within a customer for the product or service he is using, and therefore it does not remain just a rational preference any longer. This creates an exceptionally high customer loyalty. In markets that are not competitive, such as regulated monopolies or the ones dominated by patent-protected powerful brands, customers generally remain loyal even if they are not satisfied. This could appear as the perfect situation for the dominant organization. However, if they keep their customers dissatisfied, they could end up paying a high price in the long run. Customer retention. Traditional marketing practices were focused more around attracting new customers and not so much on retaining existing ones. This went through a change many years back, and today we see the emphasis has shifted significantly. Companies go beyond designing strategies for attracting new customers. They spend a lot of time, effort and resources to retain existing customers and create relationships with them that last. In the past, a lot of companies did not pay much attention to retaining their customers. They were riding on a growth wave with an economy that was expanding and markets that were growing rapidly. They thought they could afford to neglect the customer and practice an approach that has been called a leaky bucket approach. New customers kept coming in and filling the bucket. They did not worry about holes at the bottom of the bucket through which they were losing their old customers. This started changing over a period of time as companies faced new situations and the marketing realities changed. The economy slowed down, there was a change in demographics, more sophisticated competitors started appearing, and there was an overcapacity in many industries. This meant there were fewer customers and more companies fighting each other for market share in a market that was flat. A study conducted as far back as the 1990s found out that attracting new customers cost 5 times more than keeping the existing customers satisfied. Companies started realizing that losing a customer did not just mean losing a sale, but it was a much bigger loss. It meant losing an entire chain of purchases that a customer could make over his or her lifetime. Let us take the example of a supermarket where a regular customer spends around 7,000 rupees on an average every month. This means she would spend approximately 84,000 rupees every year If she stayed in the same area for 10 years, she would spend close to 8.5 lakh rupees in that supermarket. If that customer has an experience that made her unhappy or dissatisfied and she starts shopping in a different supermarket, that store has lost 8.5 lakh in revenue by losing a single customer. If that customer talks about her experience with other customers and some of them decide to change as well, this loss could be much bigger. Making an effort to retain customers makes good economic sense. It might be better to lose some money on a specific transaction rather than losing a customer, as the company would greatly benefit if they maintained a good long-term relationship with their customers. Getting new customers is a very important part of marketing activity. However, organizations must make all efforts to retain their existing customers and create a long-term relationship with them that is profitable as well. Customer relationship marketing. Relationship marketing includes creating, maintaining and improving relationships with customers as well as other stakeholders. Relationship marketing is designed for a long-term association. Its goal is to provide value to customers and its success is measured in the long-term satisfaction of the customer. For relationship marketing to run smoothly, all the departments of an organization must work together as a team with marketing and serve the customer. This includes building relationships at several levels like economic, social, legal and technical. An association like this has the potential to create high customer loyalty. Organizations create different levels of relationships with their customers depending on the nature of their target market. A company could decide to develop basic relationships with many of its customers. This would generally happen with low margin customers. For example, Kisan would not call all its buyers of jam and tomato sauce to appreciate their business or to get to know them personally. They would create a relationship through advertising or maybe a customer information service. On the other hand, some organizations could create a complete partnership with a few of their key customers. This would generally happen with high margin customers. For example, Airbus would work closely with some of its key customers like Indigo or Lufthansa while designing their aircrafts to ensure that their top customers are completely satisfied. These two situations are at different extremes and most organizations build relationships with their customers somewhere in between at a level they consider appropriate. Increasingly, more companies are creating customer loyalty and customer retention programs. Marketers try to develop strong relationships with their customers by using several specific marketing tools. The first approach is to create value and satisfaction for its customers by giving them additional financial benefits. An example of this is frequency marketing that many companies offer to their customers. Based on this, customer who buys in large amounts or buys frequently is given additional benefits. Some hotels upgrade a room for their regular customers every now and then. Airlines give frequent flyer reward points that can be converted into free flights or upgrades. Supermarkets give points to their regular customers that can be used for additional purchases. Some companies offer club marketing programs that offer their members benefits and special discounts. An example of this is Reebok that sponsored Club Reebok in the US. Kids who wore sneakers could participate in sports related activities sponsored by Reebok. Harley Davidson runs a program called the Harley Owners Group (HOG) and provides many benefits to its members. A first time buyer of any of their bikes gets a free 1-year membership which they can renew at the cost of $49 every year. Benefits of HOG include free admission in Harley-Davidson Museum, the Enthusiast magazine, a specially designed insurance program, free roadside assistance, free motorcycle shipping, a fly and ride program which lets members rent Harley-Davidson bikes while they are on vacation, and many more. The second approach is to provide social benefits along with financial benefits. Using this approach, a company would increase its social bond with their customers by learning the needs and wants of individual customers and then personalizing their products and services based on those needs and wants. An example of this is when a car manufacturer in the United States invited all of its approximately 7 lakh owners to a homecoming program to its manufacturing facility. It was a 2-day party and included family events and activities designed to build trust and a team spirit. It was a way to build relationship and show their customers that the company treated their customers better than any other car company. More than 40,000 guests attended that 2-day event. Another approach is to add structural ties along with social and financial benefits. An example of this could be when a business marketer provides their customers with special equipment that helps them manage their orders or inventory. Summary: customers want to buy from an organization they think will give them highest customer delivered value, which is the difference between total customer cost and total customer value. Total customer cost can be derived after adding monetary cost, time cost, energy cost and psychological cost for the customer. The total customer value can be assessed by adding the value of the product, the value of the services, value of the personnel and the value of the image. Consumers establish expectations about the value of a product based on marketing efforts of that company selling that product. They make their decisions to buy based on these expectations. Customer satisfaction with a product once it has been bought depends on its actual performance compared with the expectations the buyer had with it. A customer could experience different levels of satisfaction. Customers who are satisfied are more likely to be loyal to the product and also to the company than customers who are not satisfied. This relationship is direct, however, it varies significantly from one industry to the other and changes based on the competitive situation of the market too. Traditional marketing practices were focused more around attracting new customers and not so much on retaining existing ones. This went through a change many years back, and today we see the emphasis has shifted significantly. Companies go beyond designing strategies for attracting new customers. They spend a lot of time, effort and resources to retain existing customers and create relationships with them that last. Relationship marketing includes creating, maintaining and improving relationships with customers as well as other stakeholders. Relationship marketing is designed for a long-term association. Its goal is to provide value to customers and its success is measured in the long-term satisfaction of the customer. This is all we have for part 3 of understanding the customer and competition, building lasting customer relationships. Hope the session was informative. We will meet again in the next episode with part 4. Till then, take care and goodbye.